number 19, as you can see. So these are two of the outside courts. So these are the courts that you could come to if you had a ground pass. And it's free seating. There are no numbers on these seats, so if there's space free, they will let you in. This is one of the largest ones because we have these seats, and then we will have seats on the side of the grass as well. And as you can see here as well, no lines on the grass. This is new reseeded court already. So this is next year's grass already. Oh, a lot of birds eating some new grass seed, I think. Now what you see ahead and on the side of you with the big windows is the broadcasting centre. And all the windows are little studios for all the different broadcasting corporations. Now the BBC is of course the most important to us, the British Broadcasting Corporation, excuse me, because they have been working together with Wimbledon since 1927, so a very long time. And the biggest studio is the one on the corner, the half round one, so that's the BBC studio. And the BBC have the cameras, and they will sell on the pictures to all the other sports broadcasters in the world then. But that is not really the reason I've brought you here. This is court number 18, and this is a very important court in tennis history and Wimbledon history, because in 2010 it was on this court that in round 1 John Isner battled against Nicolas Mahut. John Isner of the US and Nicolas Mahut of France. They started in the afternoon of their first day, played against each other. It's a very exciting game, but they hadn't finished when it became dark, so they had to come back the next day. So far so normal. Came back the next day, it was 2-2 each in sets, so 5 sets. Very exciting. But of course, as you probably know, in the 5th set, no tie break. So one of them had to break 2 games against the other. And they tried very hard, both of them, very hard. Aces were flying around, but nobody could win. They kept holding their serve, and it was at 45-45 that the scoreboards broke and couldn't cope with it anymore. But the game had not finished yet, and it became dark again, and they had to go home. And then they had to come back on the 3rd day, and they played for more than an hour. And then only after a total time of 11 hours and 5 minutes did John Isner scrape through in the end 70-68 in the 5th set. That was the final score. The last set had lasted 8 hours and 11 minutes. Just the last set was longer than any other game ever played here at Wimbledon. So, you may have remember it, it was madness, it was on television, it was on the radio, it was in the newspaper, people were turning on the television to see what was going on, everybody talking about it. Very good for Wimbledon. Excellent viewing figures that year. So, after the 3 days, both the players were given a special award for their services towards tennis, handed over by Tin Henman. They had their names engraved in it, they had enough time to sort it all out, so they were given that, and also remembered forever here because they have a plaque on the side of the wall of this court which remembers this enormous feat. Now, John Isner of course went out in the next round. That won't surprise anybody. Then they came back the next year, and there was the draw. John Isner, okay, he's thinking, who am I playing now, 2011? Nicolas Mahut. I'm sure both players thought, no, not again. Anyway, they were put on centre court because everybody thought that, but John Isner did actually win in 3 straight sets that time. Now both the players are still playing. Nicolas Mahut this time for the first time French Davis Cup team. So very good players, they come to Wimbledon every year. I don't think realistically either of them will win the Wimbledon singles anytime soon, but they're always part of Wimbledon history and their names are forever connected to this court 18. And this is the excitement of tennis, right? This is why we like it. So if you follow me, we'll go through the broadcasting house and go to the members and players area of Wimbledon. So follow me.